In this video, I'll show you guys how to make the best gun builds in Delta Force on a budget. First, you want to start with what you consider a budget. Certain guns are better cheaper than others. So let's start with the K416. How would I build a budget K416 while keeping it good enough to compete with the best? The base statistics of the K416 is pretty decent. As you can see, this has 0 attachments on it. So what does that really mean? It means that it doesn't have to be expensive to be good. These base statistics are good. We don't need a good vertical foregrip. You can just add a practical, it's got control. That's all you really need. For muzzle, you can add a blue one. You could even probably add a green one. Just a little bit of control. Add a laser, that's pretty simple. It's for handling. It's very important though. It's one of the best attachments in the game, so make sure you use lasers. My favorite handguards are usually the modular ones because it adds stability and control. Stability is one of the most important statistics when it comes to these types of guns. A lot of the bounce you might see on your gun builds are actually from stability rather than recoil. You want every recoil to be controllable, and that means the highest amount of stability possible. The stock we're going to go with is probably the stable stock. It adds a little bit of control while adding some stability. This helps with keeping that really nice and smooth to shoot. The rear grip, just a green. It doesn't really matter that much. The base statistics are fine. And in a dot side, as magnification equals cost. As you can see, with these cheap attachments, half of them being just green, this gun is already easily controllable. You don't need this gun to be 500k for it to be good. Just make sure when you are increasing that magnification that you are increasing the cost. If you want a 3x on it, then you're going to need to add purple attachments. That is the cost of zoom. Calibrating your weapon, as you can see, everything you calibrate has a negative effect and a positive effect. I usually calibrate everything to the right for better control and movement stability, apart from the scope. It helps with strafe shooting. Strafe shooting is very important to not get just double headshot in the middle of the open. You want to be able to strafe and comfortably be able to shoot, in my opinion. When it comes to pupil distance calibration on the scope, all it really does is make that scope a little bit bigger and a little bit smaller. It's completely up to you if you want this on the highest or the lowest or in the middle. Now, harder guns usually have horizontal recoil. Horizontal recoil can be quite bad and annoying to try and control. It is harder than vertical. Let's take the AKM for example. It has a little bit of horizontal recoil, and this is enough horizontal recoil to throw off your aim to their head. So how do we fix that? It's by adding these horizontal foregrips or the horizontal muzzles. It's unlikely you need both. I usually like to add a control muzzle or a control foregrip, but not adding both horizontal. Should you add expensive barrels to your gun? Well, that depends on what gun you're using, because some guns benefit more than others. For instance, the AUG, you can add meterage. The K416, you can add meterage. The AKM, you can add more attachments. This kind of depends on what gun you're using, and just pick wisely. If you need more meterage, if it's a long to medium distance gun, then maybe a barrel is worth it. If you need more control or if you need more attachments, then maybe it is worth it. Like with the AK, you cannot put a foregrip on the gun or a horizontal foregrip on the gun unless you have a barrel. So that is a need case for using a barrel. Now that we've got the fundamentals down, we are going to get into building a more expensive gun like the M7. This gun has bad base statistics, so that means we're going to need more expensive attachments with the added magnification that we're going to add to the gun. So obviously adding more zoom means that we're going to need more attachments. We can't go with green attachments with this gun. So what we want to try to look for is decently priced but good attachments. See how this has a lot of handling and some control handling, stability, accuracy. We're going to go with the control and handling because we're actually going to end up sacrificing a lot of handling to make this gun good with control. We're going to add a 30 mag. We're going to add vertical control. We're going to add a barrel because this gun needs all the attachments it can get to make it strong. This is also dipping into handling. We are going to sacrifice a bunch of handling. We're going to add a titanium muzzle. As you can see, this gun does not have too much horizontal recoil, so we don't need to really bother about that too much. It's mostly pull down. We're going to add a skeleton stock, what is 4 handling and 6 stability. Stability is very important on the M7 because the stability is kind of low. Modular handguards like the last build. So we want to calibrate everything to the right like we usually do. Expensive guns are really, really good at shooting at far distances, close distances. This is where expensive guns excel. There is an advantage to making a gun high quality and very expensive. However, some guns like the K416 are meta for a reason. You can make it cheap and very powerful. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.